Last time on Disco Elysium, we had a big dramatic showdown with the mercenaries, but that's over now. Now is the aftermath. Now...
Yes?
Well, I guess we have nothing new to talk to about Kim. Can we not go through his door? Do we just have to go back through our door? I guess that's how it goes. All right, so what we wanted to do is we were going to go upstairs. Oh, what's that? That leg hurts. Maybe if you don't run, it'll be okay. Yeah, we have an injured leg, but we're still going. Raphael is a machine, an investigative machine. Klaasje left something on the table. And we... Okay, there it is.
Next to the stack of bills, you see a note. A few lines jotted down in large, uneven handwriting, just as the writer was about to rush out the door. I'm sorry, I fucked everyone over. P.S. I didn't kill him. P.P.S. Gift upstairs.
Klaasje is still insisting she did not kill him.
A gift.
The lieutenant turns to the staircase suspiciously, looking for any signs of another presence in the shadows above. What could this gift be?
I am not drawing my gun, yet, but I don't like gifts.
He says he's not, but his hand moves instinctively toward his holster as he studies the note. Just don't walk into another radio trap, okay? Relax. Not everyone is out to trap you.
Only most people. Seems she left in a hurry.
It's hardly surprising.
Well, she says that she did not kill the mercenary, and we still have not actually solved this case. And we did let Ruby go. And Ruby was quite insistent that that she had not done it either. During the confrontation with the mercenaries, it seemed like one of the options was to accuse the mercenaries of killing him, but we never had any clues that that might have been the case either. A red thread made of nylon. It leads out of the room and onto the roof. All right. The thread is tied to the antenna. Can we interact with it? Doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like I can click on it. Oh, and Ruby did mention the antenna last time. Can we click on Kuno from here? No, we can't. She did mention, Ruby did mention the antenna, that she was using it in Klaasje's room.
You see the same two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman. Only now a red thread bisects the room, pointing from the antenna outside to the cupboard on the wall.
This is Ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
The lieutenant tests the thread with his finger. Drawn taut, it rebounds instantly.
A ray of backward motion explodes from his mouth to the roof outside, A prime, to then widen into a radius of locations in Martinaise, B prime, B double prime, and B triple prime. It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof, B triple prime, the island in the bay.
She's trying to tell us that the shot came from the islet?
Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point.
And how does she know this?
She was there that night. She would have known precisely where the bullet hole was in the glass.
But I mean, conducting like this ballistics analysis, I mean, yeah, I mean, you can see where the hole in the window is. I guess you could calculate where exactly the mercenary's head was when the bullet entered it, and then like draw a line to the bullet hole in the window and then continue the line past the window to try to make an estimate as to where it came from?
It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her?
Well, I mean, we can't trust her. She has lied to us before.
I don't know. At this point...
He stops mid-sentence.
What difference does it make?
I guess not. I guess it doesn't make a difference. This is the only point of origin we haven't ruled out yet.
So it is.
For a second he seems tired.
You seem unenthusiastic.
I just haven't gotten a lot of sleep these past few days.
He doesn't really believe this will yield anything.
Maybe we need to go to the island?
The wind blows in from the open window. The lieutenant sighs, looking into the cold distance across the water.
Kim, let's go to the fucking island.
Okay, let's go to the fucking island.
He takes a second to gather himself, then says,
How do we get there? Joyce Messier had her sloop, but she's gone.
Lillian, the net picker. She's tarring her boat. I keep asking her about it, and she keeps saying it's not time yet.
Ah, yes, of course. The village. Let's go.
All right. Maybe. Well, that's not what I wanted to look at. I wanted to look at these stairs. Okay, maybe now it's time. Keep trying to go up to her and just see if she's ready to go out, because that island is the only place we haven't been yet. She keeps saying it's not time. The ocean has not settled. Maybe it's settled now. Hey, Gart, what do you think about all that action outside?
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you.
I did, thanks. It was a big improvement.
You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you, let's be fair, defended this establishment and its clientele from gunfire. I give credit where credit is due, and that, sir, was a nice shot. I was watching until you hit him. Crawled inside then. Bullets started flying. Anyway.
He clears his throat.
I wish you a quick recovery. Also, you and your partner are staying here free now. This establishment supports cops. The stay is free, the drinks are not. Just felt I needed to specify that.
Don't worry, Gart. I really haven't been drinking lately. I'm more of a speed man now. Where did everyone go?
Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business.
What happened to the man with the sunglasses?
I don't remember everyone who comes here, and many people wear sunglasses inside lately. Must be a fad.
Gart, he's been sitting right here in front of you for like 4 days. All right, I have to mention, when it happened, you were right out there on the balcony.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. That's because I'm a bad ass.
Just nod. Stoically.
He nods back at you, even more stoically. Just two badass men nodding stoically. Make that 3. The lieutenant is nodding too, hands crossed.
Just had a moment, a stoic moment. All right, thanks.
No problem. They'll come back. They always do.
Yeah, there's not too many people here, though this guy's still here. And some hardy boys.
Hi again, Gendarme.
Really? Nothing new? We can't talk about the gunfight that just happened outside? Well, that's still locked. That was weird that it never unlocked after getting that one thought that was supposed to unlock the checks.
You approach. The bruised man raises his bear in welcome.
Crazy motherfucker. Didn't think you had that fury in you. But I guess I've misjudged a lot of people lately. That was one hell of a shot. Hell of a shot. The fucks did not expect that.
He looks at you with unmistakable respect.
I guess what I'm trying to say here is, thank you for intervening, fellas. That was mighty brave of you.
He extends his hand.
His hand is covered in bruises and half plastered. Still, this hulking lump of man is glad to be alive. This is big. It's as big of a thank you as Titus Hardy can muster under any circumstances.
Let's shake his hand and stoically nod.
Now, how can I help you?
His grip is strong and friendly. I'm sorry about the people you lost.
Dio was old. I think he'd be pretty happy with the way he went. Never could imagine him withering away on a sickbed. But Angus, he was just a stupid kid. Didn't realize the mess he'd gotten into. Trusted me. Still, the balls on that kid. Went down fighting for someone else's shit like a fat, angry bear.
Too bad we couldn't have seen that.
Here it comes. The last one is the worst one. He only deals with it by drinking copious amounts of 8% beer. An honest tactic, and effective.
And Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I'd love that crazy homo like my own brother. We're all fucked without him. But what do? This job is shit.
Hold on, what about that Shanky fella? He just, he kind of ran away, didn't he?
Dennis, you saw him run. He's a mean little shit and I never trusted him. He'd better run real fast now. Real fast.
Titus makes no attempt to hide his disgust. Grief-stricken anger boils in him.
They were good people. I'm sorry it went like that.
Well, yeah. Memento mori. Right.
Memento mori, or remember that you must die, is a slogan various religious orders have thrown around since the dawn of mankind to emphasize the vanity of earthly life and the transient nature of all earthly pursuits. In essence, it means one should live virtuously in this life to live better in the afterlife.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely. Today, I'm going to get drunk, eat good food, and bed a good-looking girl. 'Cause tomorrow, a motor carriage might run me over.
No, I haven't been driving lately.
Or you might die of a heart failure or syphilis.
Well, if you're gonna die tomorrow from syphilis, I hope you probably already have an idea.
Hey, fuck you for ruining a beautiful idea.
So what's gonna happen to the Hardy Boys now?
First, we're gonna find Dennis.
I'm going to find Dennis. I'm going to find him, and then I'm going to kill him.
Well, you know it's not gonna bring back...
We're hunting that rat down. Let it be known what happens to cowards. And then...
He thinks for a moment.
I guess I'll take a closer look at our union members. There's bound to be some ambitious fellows there who'd love nothing more than advancing social democracy by busting some heads.
There you go.
Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired of replacing windows and maybe wants to have some fun with his brother. Anyway, don't you worry. As long as Titus Hardy's standing, there will be Hardy Boys.
Do you know what happened to Klasha?
Don't know. Don't care. I'll be glad if I never see that fucking woman again.
Titus, after all we've been through, level with me. You really liked her, didn't you?
Nope.
Same here, man.
He shrugs and tries to look uninterested.
Any idea what I should do now?
Judging by the sight of you, I'd suggest crawling into bed with a bottle of whiskey in one hand and a big tit in the other.
Well, that sounds fine, but where am I going to get both of those things?
Yeah, go pay Monica a visit in Janrock. She's got a knack for making men forget about their worries. Biggest pair of milkers in all Rebacho.
Hell, you both look like you could use some feminine company right now.
Thank you for your advice, Eugene, and you too, Alain. I do always appreciate a good use of the expression, milkers.
Yeah, there's an art to it, really.
You're welcome, Bina Claude. You're all right in my book.
So long, fellows. Be good so I don't have to come back here again.
Take care, coppers. You two look after yourselves now. Death passed on you today, but men don't get that lucky twice.
Copo loco. And normal cop, I guess. Good luck in Shamrock. Scars made the best tattoos, they say.
Thanks for getting involved, guys. Not a lot of cops would step into that line of fire, but you did.
And if you ever feel like the uniform is holding you back, I've got a few vacancies. You'd make one hardy boy, copper.
And Titus Hardy himself would make a good officer. That man was born to lead.
The RCM could really use a man like you, Titus. Think about it.
I will, capo. That's a promise. Now scoot, because the Hardy boys got some mourning and drinking to do.
Take it easy on the drink. The danger has not passed. This town needs you on your feet.
Good point, Bino Claude. We'll keep the vol under 12% tonight.
Aw, we made friends with the Hardy Boys. The ones that are left alive anyway. And, like, not the one that deserted. Like, the ones that are dead and the one that ran away. Not them, but these ones. All three. Oh, what's this?
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil. This was Cindy the Skull.
Looks like Cindy the Skull finally found the words for her masterpiece.
The lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil with his finger.
Looks like it. Yes. This is still fresh. It wasn't here yesterday.
I smell heavy fuel oil.
And blood. Some of it is even yours.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable?
Well, I guess there's only way to complete this work of art. Step back, Lieutenant.
The fuel oil catches fire immediately with an ominous hiss. A bright orange flash across the surface of the letters. Black smoke rises from the burning message.
Disco Elysium.
The lieutenant has taken a small step back. He looks at your face illuminated by the flames and nods silently. Then the fire falters. The flames warmed him too. Not at all in a bad way.
Let's go to that island.
Slowly, the flames subside, the fuel burning out. The air still smells of mazout and springtime.
Let's go to the island. But before we do, I don't suppose Kuno saw that gunfight. Because I want him to know how badass we were.
Everyone says you started crying in the middle of a firefight and then bled like a pig. I guess that was cool.
Who's saying that?
People, they say you'd kind of died for a moment, that you let your shit out already, but then came back. So I guess that's what's cool now.
Well, yeah, I mean, I did die for a moment. I guess that's true.
Just don't think because you got half your dick shot off and you're an invalid now, Kuno's gonna treat you different. Kuno doesn't reward weakness. It's business as usual with Kuno. Kuno's cold like that.
Feels good for some reason.
Well, I guess...
Watch out, pig. It's a dangerous world out there. But Kuno's got his eyes on you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Who knows?
Starts doing the gesture repeatedly. Well, I guess that's as close to a compliment as we're going to get from Kuno. Hey, did you see the gunfight?
Mon Dieu! You set it on fire. What kind of a policeman are you?
Firewalker, I walk in the flames.
That's nice. Better somehow. Can I help in any way?
Well, we still cannot ask about the sandwich. I guess that's gone. Gone forever. Hey, did you see the gunfight?
Wow!
Wow, what?
A cop limping down the street, bleeding from the shoulder, face bruised, looking like hell? You know what that is? Cool! That's cool!
It is. It's very cool. And you know, we may not need it at this point.
The speaker's below. You should go over and ask him.
Give me the sneakers.
With your
Super cool! Now the premium lifestyle is yours, officer.
The sneakers seem to vibrate in your hands.
Give me the speakers.
The junk is yours, officer. Happy listening. Try not to hurt your ears with that Samaritan garbage.
Let's have a look at what we just got. Speakers from the People's Republic of Samara. Why did he even buy those? Those are no magic speakers. These are lame speakers. All they were ever produced is a faint memory of the song you're trying to listen to. Sell them for cash. I can sell them for 5, so that is a profit. And let's see. The shoes. Where are those shoes? Reaction speed, limitless grip, hand-eye coordination, steady ground, but negative encyclopedia. Too fast for facts. The Ultra Series Fallen sneakers put lightness and grip above all else. With grip tape-covered springboard soles and ultralight synth fabric technology, you can exit every corner with the maximum traction of a gentleman's racer. How fancy. Oh, and this one... Yeah, go to the islet. So... the remaining quests, all for figurines to Dolores Day somehow. Determine where shot came from. Can't ask Klostya about Sunday night anymore. Find murder weapon. We once had a very large list of things to do. It is now very small. Barely anything to do anymore. Except what's most important. Of course, that all depends on if the ocean has calmed down. Has the ocean finally calmed down?
Officer, what happened? You're limping. Why are you limping? You look terrible.
She sounds almost disappointed with you, reprimanding you for falling and hurting your knee.
I got shot in the foot. It was pretty badass. You would have liked it.
Is this from the shooting in town? We heard gunshots. Not that we don't hear gunshots all the time, but they were closer than usual.
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried about, madame.
You should see the other guys. 2 dead, 1 in the hospital.
So you're a killer? That's good, I guess. Better than being dead.
I was a killer long before this happened.
I've always taken you for one, that's for sure. Not a lot of RCM men who aren't killers.
I have a question for you.
Of course. Can I help you with something?
I need to get to that island. Is the ocean finally calm?
That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead.
Oh my god, the ocean is calm. Can we borrow your boat?
If you promise to bring it back, and no scraping the hull, I just got it nice and yellow, and no drinking on the boat, and no joyriding either.
Well, what is a boat for if not joyriding?
Of course, ma'am. It's only for a day or 2. Official police business.
Aye.
What if I want a rock?
See, that makes me not want to lend you my skiff. On a boat, rocking leads to capsizing. That there is an absolutely 100% rock-free skiff. You got that?
Okay. 2 days of sunshine? I just got a bacterial infection.
I'm sad to hear that. Take care of that with ether, will you? Don't get too many RCM men round here. We had to lose the first one.
That's cool. You boasting your bacterial infection like that.
Yeah, I mean, we're a superstar. We have a superstar's bacterial infection. Everyone needs to know it. Maybe she wants to see it. Maybe we should show people our bacterial infection. What's on that island?
Nothing. Just ruins. Used to be some kind of fortification there before the war. For the communards. An anti-aircraft gun, I think. Bombed to bits in the landing. I haven't been there myself, always steered clear of it.
Hasn't been there herself. Who has then?
You said you haven't been there yourself. Who has then, if not you?
My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies. Always seemed like a bad place to drink to me. People died there during the landing, you know. My mother told me.
You're just gonna go all the way to an island just for the sake of drinking? You can drink anywhere. Like that boardwalk. No one's ever been hurt drinking on a boardwalk. Not around here.
This must be one of the many fortifications that was used in the dying days of the revolution against coalition forces before they took this city.
The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do, on rafts. I tell them not to, but they bring back old bullet casings and such.
Which kids?
The twins. God forbid they bring the girl along on some rickety barge.
Can we maybe ask your twins about that place before we go? Would that be alright?
Be my guest. They've a strange way of talking. See if you can get anything useful out of them. I seldom do.
Is there anything I should know about getting there?
Well, most of it's sunken. Underwater. That means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're not careful. Be sure to enter from the south side. Water's deep there.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Thank you. We'll use your skiff to get there then.
Please be conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up, but it's a small tank.
All right, well, let's go ask. I mean, I assume we know how to use a boat. Let's see. Well, they're not out. Maybe they're in the house. No, only the one kid.
Hello, mister.
I think we've already had this conversation before.
Yes, I am. Little Lily. You know my mom?
Yes, we met earlier.
That's nice. My mom is great. She's never angry or anything.
Are the twins outside your brothers?
Yes. They don't want to play with me. They're older and play outside. They look the same. Sometimes I can't tell them apart.
You look identical, right? I said the same thing.
They look identical.
She slowly processes the word, then snickers with laughter.
Bye.
Oh, new thought.
Cleaning out the rooms. What if you didn't lose your memory? What if something in Martinaise came and stored it all away, for you to slowly open one box at a time, so you can choose which parts to keep? Keep almost none of it. Only the flowers on the windowsill. Only the distant sound of a radio. Lose all the actors, the dark shadows. Leave only the still lifes. The blissful distant wash of waves. If everybody knew, you never did. She'll be coming soon. That is all.
She will? Well, this seems really good. +1 suggestion, wake up. +1 Inland Empire in a new life. +1 rhetoric by the seaside. So 3 stats get buffed and there are no drawbacks. Also, rhetoric does really need it. Even with the buff, it's only at 3. Suggestion 4, Inland Empire at 6.
Is that the phasmid? It looks like the phasmid, leaning against the wall. Wait, what if this is the fishing rod situation all over again?
Try to sneak up to the phasmid.
It's not the phasmid. It's not even organic. It's a fire iron. How disappointing.
I can't believe it.
Right? You'll have better luck next time, though. The phasmid, finding it is your destiny.
It's gotta be. Give the dream of discovering the Insulinian phasmid a rest. For now. Well, you know, it's been finding the phasmid has been in the back of our minds, and you know, we thought that we saw it for a little bit, but we did not. We did finish the Insulinian phasmid quest, but it ended in tears, with us not finding it and Lena questioning whether she ever saw it. Interesting that it mentioned it again, even though that quest is over. Oh no, they are still here.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
Okay, kids, you've been to that island, right?
On that island?
Yes, that one. I need to know what's there.
That's, nothing. It's just a seafort and some plants. You can take a raft there. It's great. And we make a fire. We make a fire. Mm-hmm. Gather the sticks for the fire. And bullets. Or not real bullets, empty bullets.
What then?
They're lights. The fire guy comes and asks us to put the fire out.
Someone lives on the island?
No.
The boy answers, shaking his head vehemently.
Yes.
His brother looks at him, then at you.
Let's go with yes.
Why is he the fire guy?
Because
The boy pauses to think.
he asks to put the fire out.
That does make sense. The function of the fire guy is that he doesn't like the fire. Put that fire out. Why does he ask you to put the fire out?
I don't know. He doesn't like it. He don't like people to be there. You shouldn't go. Yes.
The other one, as laconically, standing with his hands glued to his sides like a little tin soldier. You mentioned something about lights?
I don't know.
Did you mean there are electrical lights?
He points to the street light.
Yes.
The boy looks at his toes. Is there anything else you can tell me about this guy? Age? Does he live there?
No, he doesn't live there. I don't think. No, he lives there. Been there twice, 2 times. He doesn't live there. He isn't there sometimes.
Anything else? What does this guy look like?
I don't know.
How come?
We ran. He just yelled we shouldn't be there.
Your father used to go to that island too, didn't he?
Our father killed himself.
Oh.
Don't say that, he didn't.
His brother punches him. The boy's eyes well up like he's about to start crying. Did we ever hear anything about the father? I don't remember. Say nothing.
I'm sorry.
The one says to the other, rubbing his brother's shoulder affectionately. Is that all you know? Is there anything more you can tell me about the island?
There's
The boy says, rubbing his eyes. It's clear that he has no intention of finishing the sentence.
Lights, fire guy. We should check up on that island.
Sounds like it. Use the net picker skiff on the jetty and go to the island. There it is.
A skiff with a small steering engine in the back floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty. The boat's belly is a shiny yellow color, industrial paint over fresh tar. You see it reflect off the water, along with the factory number, A72. SRR made. This machine represents humanitarian aid From a worker's state on the Samaran Isola. The ROO logo on the engine gives it away. That and a white 5-pointed star. Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle, and you're off into the bay. A strange trepidation comes over you. Are you sure you want to go now? Have you made all the necessary preparations? Closed all your accounts? Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
Well, we've got 3 different stats saying this. Hey, you're not coming back when you do that. I guess we can go walk around and talk to some people before we go. Just really want to make sure that you know that. Just pop as many stats as you can. That will tell you this.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
I got shot!
Even I can see that. I told you not to bring your trouble with you, policeman. We've got troubles of our own here.
No, I did not bring this trouble with me. This trouble was already here when I got here.
Though I suppose you took the worst of it. Turns out you were your own ill omen.
I guess you were right. The men with guns were coming for me after all.
I'm not sure those were the loss of the men with guns either. There are always more coming for your kind, officer.
There will always be more men with guns. That's the way of the world.
Then we'll be ready for them.
Well, goodbye. All right, I guess that's it for her. I guess we could have like a last conversation with Idiot Doom Spiral here.
Man, you're like bleeding now. Reality's really messed you up.
It doesn't seem like there's anything else. Oh, not him.
Man,
I meant him.
The legend! He's back. And firstly, I got smokes and piss and a little speed to spice things up.
That's probably all right.
Don't call her.
There's no waking him from his stupor. His mind is elsewhere.
Well, I guess there's no final conversations to be had with them. Let's see. Okay, let's head up here. Is that guy still telling his son about that one building? Maybe he'll be impressed that we got shot. No, I guess they're not here. And I assume that the pigs is no longer here. Nah. Of course, there are our friends in the church. Maybe they'll be impressed by our gunshot wound.
Oh, the god of dance is back! I'm dancing with the god of dance!
He dances over to you, moving in a slightly less lame manner. I guess nothing new.
Goodbye, officer. Good morning, comrade! Yeah! Harder car!
Yes, what is it?
Okay, she does have something new. I do have one mystery that still needs solving. The radio ghost in the Doom commercial area's electronic doorbell.
The creepy woman! We were wondering about that when we worked there, but I had completely forgotten about it ever since. It must be anthroponetic crosstalk, the one you get in radios and long-distance calls. Now it makes sense, with the pay right on the doorstep.
Incredible. This would also explain why we get it on the police radio all the time.
Intraplanetic crosstalk?
It's quite common, actually. When the signal gets routed through Pale, all kinds of irregularities take place. You may hear snippets of someone else's conversation, or the voice of your former lover, or an echo of an event that took place 100 years ago. Pale is a shroud of memories, and it doesn't really distinguish to whom those memories belong to. You could hear anything.
Well, that makes sense. Thanks for explaining that to me.
Anytime.
I guess that's all that she has for us.
Yo, man. What's on your mind?
It sounds like nothing's on Noid's mind.
Hard cop.
Here we go. I got shot in the leg.
Ouch. I did notice you limping, but I thought maybe it was your thing or something.
It's my thing now.
When I was 16, I used to date this guy who had a limp, but it only showed when he was sober. So I guess it wasn't real or something. I don't know.
She shrugs, eyes glazed over.
Anyway, shot in the leg. I'm sorry. Man, that must suck.
Yep, that's it for now. I don't suppose Crabman is hanging around somewhere. Like, he left and we can never talk to him again, unfortunately. Does not seem like Crabman is in the house. I would like to know what Crabman thinks about, you know, the Anadic Dance Club. Well, that's our church friends. I guess nothing else to speak with them about. Up north, well, there was the bunker that we couldn't open the door of. I'm guessing that hasn't changed.
An old door worn by elements.
Yeah. There's also, of course, the traps. I guess we could check them again.
Just dead and dying locusts. And the poor things.
Yeah, that's the same thing that we got the last time. Nothing's eating these locusts. Like, we could check the other traps, too.
A few locusts trudge along the wall of the trap. Poor things.
Yep, same thing as before.
The trap is filled with dead and dying locusts. Most of them aren't moving anymore. You still can't see a phasmid anywhere. Poor things. trap is full of locusts, but they seem weak and unhealthy. A few lie on their backs with their legs twitching. Still, no phasmid. Poor things.
Yep, that's all the traps. And of course, we didn't get anything, but we had to try. Like, that's the thing. That's the mark of a cryptozoologist. Persistence, even though you know it will result in failure. You know, we haven't actually tried talking to Bird's Nest Roy about our gunshot wound. Maybe he'd be impressed about it.
Between you and me, this is why I don't get involved in local politics.
You calling this politics?
In its purest form. Now, what can I do for you? Sure, let me have a look.
All right, I guess we might as well sell some stuff.
Thinking of selling?
Sure, let's sell these speakers.
Another time, perhaps.
Of course, we never got enough money to buy the street light. We never got the 700 real needed to do that. We could see what Plaisance and her daughter are going up to. What they're doing.
Oh my god! Things have gotten out of hand! I thought the psychic stuff was bad, but the crime! It's even worse! I haven't been able to come to work for 3 days. The shop has been locked. No sales, gangbangers running around, shooting everyone. I know I shouldn't have bought a shop in this ghetto.
I'm the one who got shot here, ma'am.
Oh my god! Even the police can't take care of all of this. Just look at that limp. Someone should do something about this.
She rubs her pendant between two fingers, thinking. I would say something was definitely done about it.
Maybe I should close the bookstore and open a psychic studio. Yes! It makes sense. Crime is the 6th element, you see. The darkest element.
Now you're thinking. You've been in the wrong line of work the whole time.
I could teach people to protect themselves against bad energies and to fight crime.
Sounds like a plan. Life must go on after all.
Yes, what Martinaise really needs is more vigilantes roaming the streets.
Come on, Kim. Look at Plaisance. Surely she can handle herself. And she, she'd be tackling the spiritual aspects of crime, not the physical.
Exactly. It's a brilliant idea. Thank you, officer. I'm going to start drawing up business plans right away.
Now forget about this failing bookstore.
In the meantime, do buy the books. As many as you can. They won't be here for much longer. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Oh yeah, the Dick Mullen book. It fell apart before I got to the end. Do you have another copy?
Oh, I'm very sorry, sir. Some of these old paperbacks just don't have the durability. I would be happy to sell you another one, but unfortunately, it's the last copy we had in stock.
Of course it is. We'll never know the ending to this Dick Mullen mystery.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Little girl, help. My Dick Mullen book ripped before I could get to the end. Do you know what happens?
Which book was it, sir?
Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity.
Oh, I'm very sorry, sir. I haven't read that one yet. I wish I could help you.
Okay, bye. See you around, Annette. Well, I guess that's it for Plaisance and Annette. There was one thing here that we haven't bought, but I don't think we have enough money.
Colorful board game boxes.
Yeah, the Whirl game.
Games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Whirl-related merchandise.
Well, hey, why don't we sell that cube we have so we can buy this board game?
Give up. You'll never find the answer. There's no other copy of Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity here.
There's got to be a way to solve this logic.
There isn't. If only you had more time, more resources. Who knows what you could have come up with? Maybe if there had been more money and less speed. Or more speed.
There you go. You need more drugs and more money. That's how you get the creativity juices flowing.
Or that, yes. Either way, you might have been able to come up with an answer, but not like this.
Man, what a disappointment. We'll never know.
Hello. Sure. Let me... Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Nope, let's get rid of the cube. Pawn. There we go. Now, that was only 0.5. Okay, yeah. That's fine.
Another time, Pat.
All right. Let's go buy a board game. Oh. Can we use the radio? Do they want to know about what happened here today? Well, not today, but...
Pull out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Precinct 57, we've been attacked. I repeat, Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi and...
Something is wrong. Only static hisses through the speaker.
Hello?
No reply. Only the mindless drone of static crawling through the air.
It's been this way for a while now. My guess is the Union is listening in on our conversations and jamming outward communications to protect themselves from Cronel. It only happens when someone mentions the attack. The rest is unaffected. Our best bet is to carry on like nothing happened. That is, if we don't want us cut off the grid completely.
Isn't that dangerous?
No more dangerous than stepping between 3 armed mercenaries and 8 Union men, I hope.
He glances over his shoulder.
I don't like it either, but that's the way it is. The street seems safe enough to me. If anything, taking out the mercs made things calmer. For now.
He flicks off the radio. Silence.
You can try calling again. Just don't mention the Tribunal. And remember, they are listening in.
They're shutting you up. Silencing you. Don't fucking drop your guard. Everything sounds okay. No drumbeat of total war yet. If anything, everything sounds too okay. In the cabin, you see a set of...
All right, let's try it.
Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Alice, this is Firewalker. Reconnect me to the 41st.
Right. Please hold.
10-4, come in. Firewalker.
Maybe there's nothing new. Anything about personal details?
10-4, sir. Sorry, but I'm under orders to give a negative to request for personal information. Over.
You mean you can't tell me anything about me? But I'm me.
10-4. Orders are still orders. Anything else?
That's all for now.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
Why is this one lit up? I'm pretty sure we've tapped on the fuel preheater gauge before.
As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
Now, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They're also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you again.
All right. I suppose while we're here, we should take a look to see what the entrance here looks like. Is the they said that the harbor was closed up, I think. And it looks like we can still go up here and talk to Manana anyway.
The boyardero stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
Danger comes with the boyardero lifestyle, right?
There are types of danger. The one I'm usually concerned with is lung cancer or getting mauled by wildlife, not bullets. It calls back to an older era where this was commonplace, though. You have a true boyardero heart.
Right. So where is everyone?
Hiding, gathering themselves. The harbor's in full lockdown, friend. No getting in or out for the time being.
What's gonna happen next?
Time will tell. I'll tell Everard you dropped by. I'm sure he'll be glad.
He gives you a small wink. What will you be doing now?
I'll be okay here, doing lookout. Quite the sight, aren't they? Getting to like that red I am. Don't worry about me. I live to alleviate the worries of our brothers. See if any insane killers turn up. Then I'll run. And live.
Try not to get shot, huh?
I'm sure I'll be luckier than you, friend.
His grin is as wide as the desert. Alright, I guess that's all for Manana. I don't suppose Measurehead's standing out here. No, Measurehead's gone. I mean, I would like to have heard what he thought about what happened. Like, he's been talking about how degenerate I am and how I'm a ham sandwich. You know, I would have liked to have heard, like, a little bit of, maybe he would have been a little bit impressed by our performance. Also, racist lorry driver is not here.
My man, you're alive. Almost. Kind of. Sort of alive?
Alive and limping.
Man, what a day. I missed out on most of the action, but I heard it was quite the encounter. Had a strong sense of finality to it. So what's next? You guys heading back to Jamrock now? Talk is local union muscle were behind it all. I'd reckon the case is closed, even if it kind of turned into a shit show.
I'm still looking around. Loose threads to tie up.
Good luck with that, my man. Ain't easy being you. But hey, you're still breathing, right?
Sure am.
The old king and his horse have been covered in posters with radical slogans like "No kings, no bosses," and "Again and once more after that." At the bottom of the posters, in smaller lettering, are details about meeting at a local coffee house.
Looks like the students took your advice to heart, Detective.
Oh yeah, it's our communists. They're putting up some posters. Good on them. Oh, what's that?
A Stars Ryko, one of the finest Zhimsk-made motor carriages ever. An oldie, but a goldie.
Well, I guess our encyclopedia was not high enough to recognize this the first time we were here. Who drives these?
Not many people outside of Grad, and Revachol West too, it appears. Bulky frame, heavy, hardy, looks like a tractor.
Hold up, is this a tractor?
Yes, built like a tractor, and used like one too in the Zemsk countryside. Take note of the 8-antler emblem, the symbol of the Stars Ryko, proudly born to honor its humble roots.
Hey Kim, check this out.
A Stas Ryko KK2. That's a classic model. Never thought I'd see another one repainted after what happened last time.
Hold on, maybe I can impress him. Do I know what happened last time?
No, only that the motor carriage is typically baby blue, the colors of Sigismund the Great, an ancient Zemsk ruler. His banners were famously zephyr and white, the colors of the stars Raiko.
Let me guess what happened last time, Kim. Blue and white are the colors of Zemsk. Someone painted it, got his Zemsk mad, and boom, murder happened.
That's, well, yes, exactly it, more or less. Except it was a crowd of them. Tore him out of the vehicle and ran him over with his own tires. They said it was an honor killing, Hussar style. The James community protested the trial, flying the colors. 5,000 came to protest.
Correction, 4,395, the fourth largest public protest of a criminal trial in Revachol.
Hate to correct you, Kim, but only 4,395 people were on that protest.
Is that so, officer? I'll take you at your word.
Who are the Zemsk community?
People we are paid to protect. Let's leave it at that.
What they sentenced the killers to?
4 years for murder in Reunion. The perps were remorseful. Their sorry knocked 8 years off the sentence. That's the system.
Kim, could our hanged man have been the driver of this car?
Could it be another Stajrajko murder? Honestly, that just doesn't seem like the type of vehicle our dead guy would drive. So my initial guess is the two are not related.
Interesting. Before we proceed, I've got an opinion on this paint job.
Yes, detective?
Should have left it baby blue.
You sure you're not Jimsk?
He shares a smile with you, only for a second.
Yes, you're sure you're not. Or if you are, it's only in that Revacholian way. 4 to 5% maximum.
Let's head back to the bookstore.
A small mountain of color.
If you say so, but you better stay away from those immoral occult rituals.
Ma'am, the entire reason to play an RPG is for the immoral occult rituals. I've read the comics. Let's see. Board Game Whirl. A high pastoral fantastique populaire board game. Illustrated with bucolic vistas and featuring odd-looking humanoid creatures. It's the 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements module and can't be played without the main game. Do we have the main game? I mean, I don't know if, well, I mean, we can try interacting with it. But first we're going to just walk around and just see if there are any other conversations that we can have. She's not up there. I mean, I don't think the communism meeting apartment would be open at this point.
Give me a moment.
No, doesn't seem like she has any comment about how badass we were. Does Kuno's dad have any comments about that? Assuming he's still alive and not dead in his bed.
The aging alcoholic is still there, breathing. The air in the room is stale.
Doesn't seem like we have anything new. Cindy, you here? I just want to hear you say how badass all that was. No, it does seems like she's not here. And it's early in the day, so the communists are not... They're not going to be having their meeting right now, but we might as well try the door. Oh, we can go in here. The communists are not here, however. Doesn't seem like there's anything we can interact with. But we can go in there if we wanted to. Doesn't seem like there's a reason. Let's go see if Kuno S actually has anything to say. She never does.
Trying to sneak up on me again!
She does not. Oh, we could go in here. I assume that she was able to see. Oh, I need to get my flashlight out because it's dark in here. I assume that the dice maker was able to see some stuff from her window.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Well, looks like she doesn't have anything to say. I guess she was too wrapped up in her dice making to notice the gunfight. Well, I guess that's fine. Oh. Is this Contact Mike, the boxing champion? Maybe it is. The answer to all questions can be found through Contact Mike, as we know. And if a question can't be answered through Contact Mike, It's not an answer worth knowing. Looks like Guillaume Millon, that hair poster. Well, that was something someone we only learned about pretty recently. So I guess that thought would not have come up before. We do have pretty sure at least 2 points, maybe even 3. So we can afford to put one into composure and try this check again. Let's see what the percentage is.
Hi again, Gendarme.
Pretty low, but we do have some composure clothes. We had this. There was something else that did composure. Oh, actually, I have composure +3 on right now. Shoes, black jeans, windbreaker. Okay. Yeah, so that should be the maximum. Yeah. Composure 6.
Hi again, Gendarme.
It is, hold on. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do.
Bye-bye, Gendarme.
We have 1 use of speed left. Hold on, I'm just going to take these drugs right in front of you. Apparently that's going to help me ask you a question.
Hi again, Gendarme.
72. If the chat wants to increase the motorics by a point, they can do that. I don't know why we need such high motorics to ask a question. You'd think it would be rhetoric, but no, it's composure. 83%. What is it about the way he carries himself?
Could he be a member of the homosexual underground?
If you say so, composure.
Yes, this man is definitely one of the homos. I've seen them homos with my own eyes.
I mean, that's our eyes physical instrument. You're talking that's the same eyes. We have the same eyes.
This sexual thing seems interesting. Ask around. Become involved.
Oh, electrochemistry is always interested.
Just pointing it out. We're not talking about some kind of cult with members here. You made it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just inventing the underground part of that, aren't I? Are you a part of the homosexual underground?
The homosexual underground?
The smoker sits up immediately, his eyes wide with amused surprise. A honeyed smile lingers on his lips.
Why, yes, I am, officer. Why? Do you want to investigate?
Yes, I want to hear more about this homosexual underground you're part of.
Oh, it's a pleasure group. A sub rosa pleasure group congregating in cellars under the cover of night. Saturday night. Sometimes even Friday night.
Oh, like my communism meetings. I know about those. What about Thursday night?
Or Thursday night. Sometimes the congregating doesn't even end. It carries on into our daily life.
He lowers his voice conspiratorially and looks around. But why do you convene? What do you do? Do you talk about Krasmazov?
Oh, we're ambitious. We want to destroy the last vestiges of meaning, the last things people in Rebishol have to hold on to, the true symbols of security. The meaning of man and woman, mother and father, their marriage.
Will turnips grow better if that happens?
Everything will be constantly shifting and moving under our rule. The future will belong to a circus of identities just spinning around, surreal and unreal. You won't even know who you are anymore.
Does it have anything to do with disco?
Yes, we listen to a lot of disco. Some say we engineered disco to spread our vision of a vertiginous, ever-changing society, where all there is a razzle-dazzle of gold.
Oh, is this that culture war I keep hearing about? People keep talking about that.
We are going to change the family unit with all this razzmatazz and finger dancing. And with mysteries. Of course, the mysteries are also of sexual nature. Very esoteric.
Well, I'm a detective. I mean, mysteries is kind of what I do. I do like disco. Should I get into it?
You can't just get into it. You have to be born into it. One is either already in the homosexual movement or forever excluded from it.
What if I can't remember if I'm in it or not? What if I can't remember anything about my life? Aside from the fact that I like disco.
Beautiful. Beautiful. That's exactly what we're looking for. Who knows, maybe you were homosexual in the past. Maybe all of that has been repressed.
He circles his hands around you.
I have to say that you do look like someone who might be part of the underground. You have that very distinctive, I can't understand what's going on here look.
I frequently can't understand what's going on here. It's true. This is going to be like a 20-hour mind project for me. 20 hours at least.
Absolutely wonderful.
All right, we got a thought.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Well, we said 20 hours. This is 8 hours. No research bonus. What is that picture of? Like, at first I thought it was like an elephant sitting in a chair. I'm not sure what... Anyway, you see mysterious strangers in the night, leaning against unlit doorways, engaged in hushed conversations. A shadowy cabal exchanging looks, whispering in dark alleys and unmarked locales. A radical cell conspiring against the state, and perhaps even against man and woman. Was that a secret handshake? What's going on? Who are these secretive people? How will they accomplish their sinister and world-altering goals? And most importantly, are you one of them? You could be. Maybe you forgot. Is this the conspiracy theorist thought? This is the I'm old and spend too much time watching cable news thought. I think that's everyone here. A lot of the characters are not available, but I think that we've gone around to everyone. Well, as we stand here on the pier, looking at the boat that will take us to an island, it's really only one thing to do. And that's play a board game.
Large letters on the front form a title. Wirral. The colorful box is illustrated with bucolic vistas. The cover art also features odd-looking humanoids. Some short, some taller, some with pointy ears, others with ephemeral wings.
Examine the box.
Text underneath the title in smaller typeface reads, 3rd edition, Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel adds, a sword and sorcery adventure board game with new maps and miniatures.
Shake the box.
Mysterious things rattle inside. What could they be? Dice? Plastic miniatures? A fantastical alternate world full of magic and wonder? None of that witless man from Heimdall, fascist dross, hidden behind faux realistic allegory. Wirral is no cliché-ridden apologia for colonial violence. Wirral is pure imagination.
Keep those politics out of my board games. Let's look at the back.
A blurb on the back reads, "Tired of the tedium and toil of modern life? Escape to Wirral. Leave behind e-solas and nations with their petty squabbles. Discard electricity, magnets, and boring technological widgets. Succumb to a world of high pasternal fantastique. Unleash your imagination and create an adventure of endless possibilities. Discover the terrible secret threatening Wirral. Can your band of adventurers save the world?"
Yes, we're ready to take on this challenge.
Exactly. That's the spirit. All you have to do is read an intricate rulebook, study an assortment of maps, unfold the illustrated game board, and start rolling dice.
Well, it's not like we have anything else to do.
In no time, you could be romping through grasslands with low-level characters, hunted by Iskala riders, or battling unspeakable monsters in endless dungeons fraught with danger and despair, conjuring up forceful magics to aid your quest.
I like how they spell magics here. I haven't seen that particular spelling. Open the box.
You pry open the box. Inside, you find a folded-up map, a small booklet, a 24-sided die, and a little plastic figurine.
Look at the map.
A reprint of a crude hand-drawn map. The top left corner reads, "Lands of Wirral." The map features both small villages and mid-sized towns with odd names, in addition to meadows, forests, hills, lakes, and seas, also with odd names. It doesn't seem to correspond with anything you've seen thus far. It's not a very helpful map.
Look at the booklet.
A quick guide to the magical races of Wirral. Create your own hero, choosing from any of these completely unique and fantastical backgrounds. The options are in order of importance: the Welkin, the Tweog, the humans, the fairy folk, and the pygmies.
Read about the Welkin.
The Welkin, tall, lithe, and graceful, with long flowing hair and pointy ears. They're known for being powerful magic users, but can also hold their own in a brawn-driven fight. The Welkin come with a variety of exciting sub-races: High Welkin, Forest Welkin, Lake Welkin, and Snow Welkin. But if you're not feeling experimental, a basic Welkin will always do.
Read about the...
A grand race of industrious mountain people. They're short, stout, and muscular, and enjoy digging for gold and other precious minerals. They're also well versed in the art of combat, where they prefer to use axes and hammers. The Tweog also come in a few different sub-races: Hill Tweog, Shield Tweog, and Dark Tweog.
Read about the humans.
They're just humans. What else is there to tell? They're average in all stats, and jacks of all trades.
Yeah, humans are always the boring ones. Read about the fairy folk.
A very small race of flying people, known for being mischievous, full of trickery. They often lure people into their magical traps. There are no sub-races for the fairies.
Read about the pygmies.
The least popular of the Wirral races, the pygmies, are short, rotund, and dim-witted. Pygmies live in small villages made of shoddy wooden dwellings. They spend most of their days tilling the earth and smoking their pipes. There are no sub-races for the pygmies.
Look at the die.
It's made from some sort of wood and has been decorated with peculiar plant motifs. You don't know much about dice, but this one looks pretty damn fancy.
Take the die.
You place the die into your pocket. It's always good to have luck on your side.
Look at the figurine.
You see a man in ragged clothes wearing a lopsided hat and wielding some sort of a firearm.
Huh, interesting. A communard.
That doesn't sound very Whirl-like.
It is not. The communards are not a part of the game setting. I guess someone misplaced it during the packaging process.
Maybe someone should make a role-playing game set during the Revolution.
Good luck finding people who'd want to play as communards.
Take the figurine.
You pick the figurine up by the base to meet your gaze. The little plastic man stares back at you, his face contorted into a disturbing shout. Then you pocket it. A colorful box with the title, Wirral, in bold letters. It's a board game.
Well, I guess we can't actually play it since we don't have the base game. We did get a couple of things from it. We got standard whirl die. This basic 24-sided role-playing die can be used to get results for several dice. It's made of East Seminoese snakewood and embellished with plant motifs. It reminds you of Plain and Hill Welkins. Note, look at the map tab in the journal to see which white checks have opened. Okay, so like the other dice, this has opened some checks. There are barely any left, though, I would think. And we got this figure set revolutionary. What a nice little figurine. A turn-of-the-century leftist revolutionary in ragged clothes. On his head lies a lopsided hat, seemingly an ushanka. In his hand, he carries a little musket. So, I guess if we ever encounter Dolores Day, we have 2 figurines to give her. Well, we didn't want to do the mirror. Set of tracks. I don't think... Yeah, Joyce is gone. Renee. I mean, we can't do Renee's check, obviously. Measurehead's gone. Not like we wanted to do that. The bookstore ones we didn't need to do. Drainage pipe. No, we did that. Washerwoman. That's getting her to sign the thing. We don't want her to do that. We don't need her. Doesn't look like Lillian got unchecked. And like this was basically the only white check left, I think.
Be careful out there. Sea's calm as death, but still. There are ruins underwater. You can scrape the paint. Or worse.
Yeah, this is suggestion. I mean, I guess we could put a point in suggestion and see what it says.
Be careful out there.
It's 8%.
But still. There are ruins underwater.
I mean, Kim...
Scrape the paint. Or worse.
Kim's presence is a -1, but still. I guess we could see if there's any, suggestion clothes that we could put on. There's this. That's negative. This one was negative. That is positive. All right. Let's see. Suggestion is a +1. Psyche base +4. Bonus from thoughts -2. What is giving us -2 on suggestion? Wasteland of Reality is giving us negative. It's only -1 though. Didn't it say -2? Yeah, there's a -2 from thoughts. What's the other one? Oh, there it is. Wompty Dompty Dom Center. Man. Wompty Dompty Dom Center has been very good. Giving us money and exp every time we get one of those. If we really are near the end of the game, well... Well, I mean, I don't think we actually have any points, though, so we can't actually forget it. So, even if we do get a point, though, would I want to get rid of it? It's been so good. It's been so good. But it is giving us a permanent -2 to suggestion. Suggestion is a psyche. Which means this.
Be careful out there. Sea's calm as death, but still. There are ruins underwater.
28%.
The paint. Or worse.
Well, does the chat want to try to raise Psyche one more point? Maybe we could attempt to do that. Let's see. 7 even 42%. All right, let's see. Go on a date with another drunk badly.
You think she really needs more of that after a man died at sea?
But what do I do then?
What if I told you it is actually possible to go on a date sober?
I'm listening.
Before recorded history, men and women were able to do simple, very primitive things together sober. Acknowledge the situation and keep it basic.
I'm a drunk. Don't know if you've noticed. So I usually ask people to drink with me.
I have, and I don't really.
She hesitates. This time, though, I thought I'd ask you for a walk.
Just a walk? I don't know, officer. I would not have taken you for an innocent perambulator.
I am. That's why you should definitely agree.
Where would this walk take us, officer?
There's a nice view on the beach I found. Land's End.
Officer, I thought we had a walk of our own in mind. One that results in a solved murder investigation.
Well, Kim, you're invited to the walk, of course.
Oh, no. You come with us. Seriously, I insist.
She smiles at the lieutenant and turns back to you.
You need to understand that nothing is going to happen. We're just walking. That's it. Understood?
Having the lieutenant along is a fail-safe measure against any possible funny business.
All right. It's a date. Sort of.
Let's call it a walk. I'll join you if the ma'am insists.
We both insist.
I'm really sorry.
I do, yes. Stroll on the beach sounds nice, doesn't it? All right, I'll see the kids haven't killed each other and we'll meet at Land's End in 15 minutes.
All right.
She doesn't wait for an answer. You better get ready.
New task.
Was that acceptance? It feels so normal, nourishing even.
It's nice. But we do have to kill 15 minutes. We may have something that'll do that. No, not that. We didn't finish the communism book.
You spend a moment contemplating the cover's slightly unnerving swirl of orange, yellow, and green. You flip forward a few pages until you come upon a chapter titled Mental Projection and Transference. When a community has achieved a sufficiently high degree of revolutionary fervor, inframaterialists believe that second-level effects may be observed. At this second level, certain hyper-revolutionary individuals may even develop the ability to extend their thoughts into material space and vice versa.
Wait, does that mean communists can read minds?
According to inframaterialist theory, yes. Under suitably revolutionary conditions, that is. Of course, one doesn't need to be a communist to be attuned to the thoughts of your brothers and sisters. It's become something of a folk legend that during their final meeting, Nielsen and Mazov didn't speak a single word, preferring to sit in silence with their chamomile tea, reading one another's thoughts.
That's probably not what happened.
One of the minor tragedies of the late revolutionary period is that few reliable accounts survive. Much of what we know of the communard's activities during this period come from memoirs and second-hand accounts, some only written down decades after the fact, and of dubious authenticity.
Hey Kim, you'd say we share a pretty special connection, right?
I suppose we do work quite well together.
You and me, we're on the same wavelength. We're always finishing each other's...
Your words hang in the air as the lieutenant scribbles something in his notebook. At some point, he realizes you're waiting for him and looks up with a tightly knit brow.
Cigarettes.
It's true that you and I do share a similar addiction, but that's hardly remarkable among officers of the RCM.
As we were saying, it's generally believed that these effects are only exhibited by certain hyper-revolutionary individuals, generally less than 0.01% of the revolutionary population.
So why do these effects only work for hyper-revolutionary communists?
Because plasm has never been directly observed, the exact mechanism behind these effects remains entirely speculative. Why are you getting hung up on mechanisms? Open your mind's aperture just a little wider. You're so close to true understanding. Psst. You know what else lets you feel like you can read minds? Spooky old Pyrrolidon.
It does do a pretty good job.
This should be more than enough for a stimulating discussion. That said, if you're still yearning for more, you must. Everyone knows books save their best parts for the end.
Well, we were just waiting to kill some time. So, I guess we're not going to finish the book quite yet.
Gazes steadily at the waves. A sudden gust picks up her dark hair and lets it fall again, tousled, wild. She brushes a few stray locks from her eyes, and only then spots you approaching.
Aye. So here you are. Mid-noon and the rain is ice cold as always. And it appears the drunks and teenagers haven't arrived yet. Know that you're not the first guy to bring a girl to Land's End. This is what the locals call a make-out spot. That is not going to happen here today. I just want to make that clear, Dimples.
She turns the face to sea once more. She called us Dimples.
Across the rusty water, that's La Delta, the financial district. In the mist-covered distance, towers rise as a rebuke to the poverty of this coast.
Kim, we ready to do this? Keeping a tactful distance, the lieutenant takes out his notebook, demonstrating complete disinterest in your date.
Don't be fooled. He's watching you to make sure you don't act unprofessionally.
You seem surprised that I made it.
Drinking men aren't known for keeping their appointments.
Well, it's a rock star thing. Tardiness.
Aye, you're the starest of them all.
She says with mock seriousness, then bursts out laughing as she turns to face the sun reflected in the waves.
Her laughter is throaty and warm. It rhymes with the waves and the cries of the gulls.
Here it comes,
she says. As she turns back to the sea, the weather begins to clear under her steady gaze.
So fast as to make it seem like the weather turns at her command.
Wait, did you just do that?
Me? No. Just grew up on the sea. Know which way the wind's blowing and all. Knew the weather'd clear up once we got here. Otherwise, it would have been a less pleasant stroll, May?
You should say something. Anything. Maybe the tequila sunset thing.
You know, past incarnation of myself called himself Tequila Sunset. I wonder why that is.
It's a common Raphaelian expression. Means drinking yourself to death.
Oh.
Oh, indeed.
Uncomfortable shuffle of nylon.
Found a corpse recently. He'd had a tequila sunset moment.
And what about you? Keeping the name?
Lately, I've been going by Detective Cousteau.
Well then, Detective Cousteau.
She chuckles and turns toward the sunlit sea.
The sun reflected in the waves and the skyscrapers rising across the bay is mesmerizing. Your mind clears for a moment as your senses take it all in. Not just the glass skyscrapers, fragile looking in the shimmering air. River Esperance flowing into the bay.
Isn't it strange for this all-powerful thing, the sun, to be so generous towards us? You know, the best time to go out fishing is usually towards sunset, when the water is warmer.
The sun also falls on the Capeside tenements and war-torn ruins. An old sea fortress juts out, seemingly impervious to the sheen cast over everything else, shaking you out of your reverie. The sun does little for the dead, and those hopelessly lost in their own minds, or people living in desert climates with sparse vegetation and little drinking water.
Is that why you named your boat the Sun?
Oh, that was a bit of pride and a bit of superstition.
I'm not sure desert people are happy with too much sunlight.
Now you're just nitpicking. But I concede. Maybe desert people sometimes disagree.
Just enjoy the view.
There's salt in the air, and the cries of the gulls in the skewers, grit of the sand and the green glint of broken bottles. But still your gaze always returns to the dazzling streaks of light, wherever they may be reflected, their opulence.
It's bringing us spring, summer. It's entirely on our side, no matter what we do or who we are, for absolutely no reason. It's unlike no other powerful being, certainly no powerful organization or government. How can that be?
Should we go on the long, impassioned political tirade? I'll leave that to the chat. What does the chat think is the proper response here? The Sun isn't an organization, long, impassioned political tirade, something's got to be on our side, or it's because it's not human and humans betray you. Wow, the chat wants to go with choice number 3. Something's got to be on our side. I guess we're not going to talk about communism on this date.
I guess we wouldn't really be here if that thing wasn't on our team.
You would be incinerated, or worse.
Well, you know, the thing about conceptualization can be pretty good if you fail it.
Here we go.
Oh, wow.
2 different approaches to cap this off with style.
I actually wanted to know what the failure would be. A massive thermonuclear reaction, 5 billion years old. The sun is a god. The only fault on the sun is it shines on us as well as our enemies. I don't think we really, you know, we don't really focus on the enemies thing. I don't think we've really, we haven't really been given like the nationalist answers to things. A massive thermonuclear reaction, 5 billion years old. The sun is a god.
Aye. And a benevolent one. When did you last have one of those on your side?
When I had my love with me.
Well, now you have that giant thing to watch over you. So, to hell with love. You know, the wind's going to pick up soon, and I have to go, but...
She takes her sword out of the scabbard. The blade reflects the sunlight, a dark orange.
Have this. The sun's good, but it doesn't stick things. I've no use for it anymore.
Are you sure you don't need the sword?
No. Men around here are too drunk to pose a threat to me.
The lieutenant looks at the sword with distrust in his eyes.
Come on, Kim. I can be trusted with a sword.
Do not bring it into a gunfight, he thinks. Please understand, it's merely ceremonial.
Think we can do this again sometime?
Doubt it. But thank you for the company.
This is as far as it goes with her. You'd need to put a year between you and your last drink for anything more.
Thank you for coming on this walk with me.
Farewell.
She nods to you and turns to go. Well, that was nice. And we got a sword from it. You know, if most dates ended with you getting a sword as a reward, that would be pretty nice. Standard 115mm saber. Equip this to impress yourself. All right, there we go. The blade of this mass-produced saber has dulled over the years and won't slice or stab anyone. It still commands respect in your hand, though. Holding onto its bakelite hilt fills you with a sense of purpose and a memory of the date. Oh, should we, There we go. Sword and gun. Hey, Kim, check it out. I look really cool, right? I look pretty badass right now. Well, that date went well. That was nice. No, that's this way. Oh, am I wrong about that? I thought the path was down there. Maybe it's not. I guess it is down this way. All right, well, that date was long odds, and I'm surprised that we actually got it, but we did. And we had a pretty nice time and got a sword. And I think that is finally everything. Or at least everything that remained that we could do. All right, we're here at the boat, and that is where we will save. Next time, as we continue on with Disco Elysium, we're going to take this little boat, we're going to go to the island and see if we can meet the fireman, the man who tells you to put out that fire. Next time.